Zones bringing of crypto. My name is Wayne.
And my name is
And
Manish.
if you like money in crypto, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Guys, today, a very critical time in history. It's going to rewrite itself, and we have the actual opportunity to make a change right now. Let me just share certain things that's going to happen that is coming to fruition. Facebook rebrands as Meta as it bets on the future of Metaverse. Now, before I actually go into this news, let me just share what is the definition of Metaverse. So, Metaverse is a virtual reality space in which users can interact with a computer generated environment and with other users. So, something to take note. So a lot of what you're going to find in this blockchain and the crypto space, everybody's going to talk about metaverse. Now, this metaverse, of course, is within their ecosystem. It is not fully integrated as a kind of a blanket. So we had some questions on asking us what is this metaverse. Now, some people, some games like Engine actually creates metaverse, and then games are actually built on top Engine as well as other platform. So don't get confused with the definition of metaverse, but here's something that I'm going to share with you that Facebook already knew about this, and myself and Manish, we have actually deep dive in this, probably the last 4 to 5 years. We already knew that this time will come. This is called actually being able to anticipate a future that is not yet come, and this is what we actually did when we actually landed man on the moon, because nobody in the world actually had the ability to land man on the moon, and what we only had was an idea projected in the future, brought back into the present moment, and actually what we used was hypotheses and sending probes using scientific knowledge, of course, to test every milestone along the way to bring a future that has not yet happened back to the present moment. So there was a let me just share. I'm actually very excited to share a few things. There's one quote that a world the learn. I think let me just type this, learned for a world that, let me just type this world that, or maybe do I have a picture? Let me just share this. This is the Facebook roadmap, but there's a world that quote. Let me just type this. It's very interesting. Um, Yet to exist. Let me just, if I can find it, you guys will be lucky. But let's see. Learn it for a world that yet to exist. Let me just find it. Very interesting. I really want to share this because this is it. Check this out. So the learners inherit. Let me just share this screen. The learners inherit the earth, while the learned find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with a world that no longer exists.
Powerful.
I want you to really, really understand this, because it's not just English. It's the learners inherit the earth, while the learned themselves is beautifully equipped to deal with a world that no longer exists. And something that I want to share. I mean, myself and Manish, we've been in the tech space. HP at one point of time, Hewlett Packard. At one point of time, we had a whole actual vertical, a whole department and industry. Talking about the typewriter, nobody at that point of time would believe that man in the world would be able to have computers, and because it was too expensive at that time based on the new technology. But those people in the typewriter vertical believe that it won't be impossible. I mean, may take 20 to 30 years, but technology has grown so fast. We have actually found countries to actually manufacture the chips so cheap that everybody will be able to get an access to the computers. And what happened overnight? The whole entire vertical of the typewriter was phased out. Now, we know that we can learn from the past, because the past actually taught us certain things about the future. Now, when we look at that current scenarios today, we always say that in the technology space, it takes about 6 months for us to learn. But I can tell you, myself and Manish, every day right now, it's about disruption, because once we learn certain new technologies, somebody else copy it, it becomes cheaper, it replaces the new technology, people learn that idea, have their own perspective and evolve. So technology is actually very rapid. The iterations today, Manish is now certified. We are talking about agile development. We are talking about disruption. So from an idea to incubation to execution through agile methodology, in terms of project management, it is super fast. And that's why, for us in the technology space, it is a constant learning. And now that methodology has been brought into the blockchain. So this statement is actually trying to tell you that a future is about to come, and those who actually still believe and still have certain premises that is locked in the past will see a new world, and they may not even see through the lens of the millennials, the people that is before us, where we are the generation that have seen, we have came through this time where we have saw our forefathers actually working hard for money because of the era, because of the way the world was set up. But today we are in a very different space, and this future that we are talking about is we are only talking about it in the next 10 years, and we are going to experience this. And a lot of people have actually seen this opportunity, but for some, they will just be on the side fence. They will not make that change, and they will not see through the lens of the past, of the people that is before us, because their paradigm of a new world will be different. So the learners that inherit the earth, while the learned meaning the people who already learned things of the past, will find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with a world that no longer exists. So today, a very important message: Facebook actually rebranded themselves and now will be known as Meta. And Meta will be a short kind of a abbreviation to the full word, which is metaverse, as it bets on the future of metaverse. So Facebook changing its name focuses on the metaverse is a series of interconnected, persistent virtual worlds to let people interact with the digital objects and avatars. Now, very keywords here: objects and avatars. And I will kind of correlate this back to blog, which we have spoke about this couple of days or weeks ago, because these people actually are already living in the future, and they are actually creating that future in this present timeline. So if you can't see this opportunity, you will miss out on a world that will no longer exist. Now, the company existing Facebook app will still retain its name. Of course, CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced the rebranding during the company's Connect conference on Thursday, which offered a further glimpse into the company's plans of what is known as a so-called metaverse in the coming decade. Now, they believe that the metaverse will be the successor of the mobile internet. Zuckerberg said during a keynote, "We'll be able to feel the presence like what right there with people, no matter how far apart we are." Now, C19 came in at a very right time. Okay, that created the condition in which we are all feel disconnected. We are all now at home because of this virus that is in this world. And then you see the birth of Zoom, you see the birth of connection, that we are using the digital space, and it gave birth to the right time of a future that has yet to come. Without C19, we wouldn't be in this place. So it was the right time. Technology has evolved. The cryptocurrency have came into place in terms of blockchain technology, and now VR and AR will be that new future. And we are expecting this birth of technology to bring $300 trillion into the world, and we will all be connected. So Manish and I, we spoke about Web 1.0. That is the birth of websites where we can connect, but it's a one way. We go to a website, we receive an information, we it's kind of a pool and information, and we go about our daily life. There's still a disconnect. And then what we needed was Web 2.0, which was social media. So that gave birth to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and all the social media that came into place. Because what it was, there was only one agenda for that in Web 2.0 was connectivity. We are creatures, we were human beings with social needs. So now Web 3.0, it's about ledger, right? It's about documentation, it's about audit, it's about blockchain. So Web 3.0 right now is in this phase, and from Web 3.0, which is the which is the blockchain technology, we branch out into many avenues where now blockchain will, again, as always in technology, spread across all verticals. And by spreading in all verticals right now, we are going to top up with VR and AR. So I'm going to show you some of the technologies that's already coming up in the pipeline to solve those VR technology, where we have the Google glasses, where it did not actually meet the actual interface of a user experience. But let me share with you. So I'll continue on this. So the metaverse is still in infancy. We get that. We understand. But the companies like Facebook hope that it will be a new version of the internet. The metaverse can access via virtual reality and augmented reality headsets, or something like a basic average laptop, smartphone. And the key is to serve the kind of virtual stand in the real world. Now, I mean, we watch Avengers. We have seen Iron Man having that visual aids and all that. And today, even if you look at how human was developed physiology wise, we are not meant to sit down 8 hours in front of the computer and hold this bowling ball on our head, which is about 7 to 8 kg, and creating problems on the back. So if you have watched shows, movies like Ready Player One, Guy, you know, these are all virtual realities that we can probably lie down on our bed, put a certain equipment, and we can visualize a new world, and we don't even have to leave the actual physical location. So over time, they have seen the metaverse company, Zuckerberg said. Now, in addition to laying its vision for the metaverse, the company debuted a prototype of a VR headset codenamed Cambria, which will be able to reflect things in your facial reaction in the virtual world. Now, the prototype is expected to launch next year, so that's how fast it is. And I'll show you Facebook roadmap shortly. Now, what's more, the company showed off its first pair of fully augmented reality glasses. And if you actually check a video on YouTube called Cisco, you can see that a CEO based in London can appear anywhere in the world in his pajamas and appear in the stage with a suit, right? So we can actually put a nice bow and a tie on the CEO, who actually just woke up from his hotel room based in London. And of course, Cisco actually had the entire room built with that technology to let the CEO appear in the room, almost like Star Trek, the movie. So whatever movies we have seen was actually a preview to a future that has not come in the present moment. So now Facebook, of course, have already developed that augmented, and the big tech right now is obsessed with the metaverse. And Facebook isn't the only company heavily invested in the metaverse. Nvidia has put significant chunk of its omnipresent project, which is meant to function as a plumbing for the metaverse project. So let me just open this up. Microsoft also is investing in the metaverse and to improve the remote meetings. Amazon, Disney, Roblox, and online gaming firms have already launched all its kind of metaverse. And of course, if you are actually joining us in Root Zone's Telegram, you would have already purchased the crypto called Block, because that will definitely be a game changer for tokenization, for real estate, for the advertising space on Block. So Facebook news came amid of the controversies surrounding Facebook Papers series of articles based on the documents provided to a number of media outlets by whistleblower fronts. And the Wall Street Journal was first outlet to report the files, and since the initial story went live, Facebook has been slammed by regulators and lawmakers in the US and abroad, seemingly ignoring everything from hate speech to impact on the company's app and have some teenage girls to human trafficking to some violence. So yeah, with any change, there will always be fear because people are so used to their way of living in terms of a controlled environment, and they tend to resist change. And but change is actually required for the progress of humanity, as well as now in the physical realm we will get into the digital realm. So Facebook, of course, right now, has fired back some series of blog posts, statements by executives who claim that the documents lack appropriate context, that the study cited reports unscientific. Facebook is also fighting to get into antitrust lawsuit filed by the Federal Trade Commission. The suit will initiate the dismiss without prejudice, and subsequent FTC alleges Facebook violated federal antitrust law by running a buy to bury scheme aimed to purchasing and crushing upstart competition, basically. Now, Facebook pivot to a greater focus on the metaverse in part of their strategy to have more control over its fate. Now, the company currently relies on hardware like Apple iPhone, Google Android, with its own hardware, new collection, software offering. Facebook doesn't have to worry about third-party interfacing with its business through API. Zuckerberg specifically referenced this dynamic during his keynote. And here are the 2021 devices that are designed around apps and not people. Now, the experience won't allow to build the use and tightly controlled than ever. The high tax on creativity, the new ideas are stifling. Now, the threat outside the company is impacting Facebook. Bottom line came clear when social media giant reported its Q3 earning and admitted Apple's new advertising privacy feature was creating headwinds for the business. So Apple, myself and Manish, we also do advertising on the media space, and actually, majority of the Apple phones actually prevented Facebook. It actually dropped their revenue, and it kind of forced Zuckerberg to actually move in their plan. Here's their plan. This is their plan. Let me show you their Facebook plan. So this Facebook plan, right, it was actually a roadmap. They actually planned this since 2018, and they will actually purchase all the video, search, groups, marketplace, workplace, messengers, WhatsApp before they move into connectivity. And myself and Manish, we saw this 3 years ago. We knew it will come. When will it come? We did not know. But C19 actually was the trigger in which now everybody stays at home, and then virtualization, as you can see through Zoom, will come into fruition. So if you can see here, virtual and augmented reality is coming in the pipeline. And there's a new technology that called the patent input technology that unlocks the full potential of AR. I have to actually get this video. It's not out yet, but you can actually check out the website called wefunder.com. And it's very interesting because they solve a critical problem in the multi-billion AR and VR industry. They tap over 2 million in sales to date, right? And ranked 4 stars, of course, on Amazon. The founders include co-inventor of cell phone camera in digital X-ray, IPO acquisition. They have raised over 13 million to date from founders, investors, and individuals. They have done crowdfunding in 2018 that actually sold out, oversubscribed above more than 50%. Facebook, Apple, Google, and other leading companies are investing billions in developing AR and system, and the AR VR market is projected to have $300 billion by 2024. That's 3 years away. 3 years away, because technology right now is so advanced that actually the time to market actually becomes 3 years instead of 10 years, right? So although I've projected it at 10 years, in 3 years, we will be actually moving into the VR technology. We won't actually need, much things in this physical realm, because we can live a different life in the virtual space. And Block is almost like Second Life. So if you have not checked out Block, check out Root Zones playlist, because those who have actually got in first are actually making money now. Now, of course, this is not financial advice. We're just raising awareness. You still have to do your own research, and you can contribute to the community. There's a lot of great people in our community sharing ideas, and I've actually got in touch today itself after Facebook launched this. I wrote to all the 5 CEOs of all the crypto coins that we are actually investing in, and we actually share our portfolio. We are transparent, nothing we hide, all secrets are shared, and they came back and said this was absolutely crazy. So right now, this is going to be a game changer. So of course, for those who are watching this offline later, you can comment in the section, where do you think the future of AR and VR will go? And my guess right now, of course, myself and Manish, we have been in the tech field for almost 15 years. This is one of the most exciting time in the next 10 years. We will actually move more very closer to a different world in the virtual space. So that's all I have to share a bit on certain things that you can actually do a bit of your research, but I just want to give you a basis and something very urgent message that I wanted to share today.
Wow,
Manish.
it's really very informative informations and very up to date information, and we should be aware. Uh, Facebook is taking really a big step, but they have a very stable platforms. They have a very good earning and opportunities. They are taking a really big and brave steps by
Very
renaming it to the
meta.
Verge Meta. But they also very smart. They know where the futures are going.
Yes.
Is it's rather sending a friend request. They want to do a much more advanced in their platforms. So congratulations, Mark Zuckerberg, for taking this such a brave
Yep.
decisions.
Yep.
And I would say that we also want to part of your journey. We want to also experience your new platforms, and we were excited too, equally as you are excited.
Yeah, yeah, really, yeah, very. I mean, great summary on that, and I think it's a very important time. Tomorrow, I'm gonna have a lot of meeting Manish, because people are just wanting to kind of share ideas on how this new world will actually integrate into our lives, and then I know it's gonna be amazing world. It's gonna be a
People see one aspect of COVID. People just say the drawback, but COVID also give a positive things in
yes,
our
it
life.
is, it is
So
many.
that people is going to see now. Yes, everything has a pros and cons. Everyone has their own own ideas, own visions, and everything. But I have seen positivity also, and you guys also going to experience. The world is going to change. We are
Yeah,
going to work in a very different style now, and the currencies, the cryptos, the digitalizations, everywhere you will see the digitalization now
right,
moving forward,
right,
and
and
virtual.
and it's quite interesting to see visionaries actually wait for the right pivoting moment, because there was certain technology that had to come into our environment to create that infrastructure, that land to be able to get into VR. And I think right now we are actually in the. I think we are very blessed, Manish. We are
Very
blessed.
blessed, and I can see where the technology going. I have a visibility now
Yes,
because we are experiencing in terms of blockchain, and we know where the technologies are going.
exactly,
That's why we are
exactly.
very excited, and because we both are on a very right track. We in a early adoption stage
Yes.
adopted this entire technology, and we are enjoying it. We are getting benefited of this
Of
technology.
course, of course, of course, and then especially our community, those who have joined the Facebook, we have, I mean, not Facebook but Telegram, we have actually showed you proof. We have documented every of our video. If you actually watch, we have already mentioned certain things that would actually come into the pipeline, and it has fruition. I mean, for those who actually followed us, we have actually made significantly a lot of money. So
Yeah.
congratulations for those who actually took that action, compared to those who have never took the action but rather sit on the fence and wait for someone to fail. So again,
Yeah.
yeah, Manish, sorry.
And it's not only that we have shared our good part, we also shared our bad experiences also, the
Yep.
bad news also, because the root zones is all about sharing the good news, bad news, and our experiences. So we never shy to sharing our bad
Yeah, it
experiences.
doesn't.
I think you can see our videos where we have shared that we've been hacked, but yes, we learn from the mistakes and we are moving forward. We not give up.
Yeah, we have not given up, and I mean, if you have know our story, and we have made back, but I want to stress this: the learners
Hmm.
that inherit the earth, while the learned find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with a world that no longer exists. So
Beautiful, beautiful
yeah,
line.
really beautiful thing in the case of Facebook. So if you have, remember this, because I tell you, this today's video will be the start of a new era. So
Yeah, and we this will be our reference point
yep.
at some point of time if you want to review what we talk about Facebook, the new avatar of Facebook's and new adoption of Facebook. So definitely we can refer back. This is our documentations.
Yep, this is
Yeah,
our documentation. Is legit in YouTube. So yeah. So Manish, take it away.
sure.
So while Manish sets this up, exciting times. Myself and Manish, we have been really busy because we've been studying a lot of things. So this weekend we're gonna come out a lot of things. You guys gonna learn a lot, on leading edge technology and the ways to actually kind of make money work for you so that you can live the life you were born to live. So join us daily live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. If you're watching us, please give us access to the live. So 9 p.m. Singapore time and 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time if you're based in the US. And if you like money and crypto, guys, make sure to smash the subscribe button and also create the alert and like our videos. So thank you. Manish, take it away.
Yep. So today I'm going to talk about how do I know if a token is worth investing in, because I was going through this article and it's blow my mind also. We generally we look at the trend, we look at our friends, we look at our communities, and we follow them. But this is something we should be knowing it, and we should invest wisely in a project which really deserve our investments. So when we consider the cryptocurrency space, there are more than 6,000 cryptocurrencies that are actively traded. Each cryptocurrency is a different, and often value of a cryptocurrency does not necessarily comes from a gold or from a central bank fiat currencies, but comes for a variety of avenue like type of token, founding teams, design of tokenomics, supply, community, business use case. So these five things is really very important, and we as in root zones, we believe in these five things. Any project we promote, any project we talk about in our channel, these five things is the fundamental. One, type of token. Second, founding team. Third, design of tokenomics and supply. Fourth, community. Five, business and use case.
Mm.
Yeah, so type of tokens, non-fungible tokens and fungible tokens have a different supply and demands, which affects their value. Fungible tokens are tokens that can be used as a cryptocurrencies or a medium of exchange. These are the tokens that people trade on the open market, use of real world transactions, or to purchase digital goods on the web. Non-fungible tokens, which known as widely known as NFT, on the other hand, are collectible pieces, digital arts, or game collectibles. And because it's non-fungible, it's not divisible or replaceable by another NFT. Every single piece of NFT is unique to itself. Owning an NFT is like having the Mona Lisa in your living room. To the right buyers, one will be able to sell an NFT for a higher price. To someone else who is not able to appreciate art, it is just another bunch of pixels. So, as I mentioned, number two, founding team. The founding team is the brain of a crypto project. So far, whatever projects we have shown our trust, we have shown our confidence, we really gone through the team, and while going through the team and we seen their capabilities, and based on that we have started trusting the project. So like any company or a business, having a strong founding team can point the project into a right directions and create value for its community. Strong founding teams usually have a clear shared visions, a mix of a technical marketing and management expertise, and year of experience in the crypto industries. When a project has a weak founding team or a team that is only thinking for themselves, chances are it usually ends up with a rug pull or exit scams. So this is not only a detrimental to the community that project has built, but also the crypto community as a whole. So the founding team is very important. The next one, which I talk about, is a design of tokenomics. Tokenomics is the economics of crypto tokens. Great line, guys.
Mm.
Tokenomics is the economics of a crypto tokens. This covers the token use case, token supply, fundraising. Most importantly, it affects the supply and demand of a token. When investing in a new token, one of the most important thing to look out for the is the token use case, or in the short, what problem is the project solving in the world. That is very important, because initially when we started a business, we always think whether something which we are doing it is going to solve any problems. So similar to that, even the crypto use case, what problem is the project solving for the world? To create value, the tokens should be able to solve problem that is affecting a huge number of people, not only for a niche group of individual. In sense, a project that can solve huge problems will have more potentials to grow than projects that are solving smaller problems. So just take an example of a block. We are a fan of block, because that has a great idea, great
Mm.
team, great visions. We have not seen such projects so far in the
Yep.
crypto industry and the gaming crypto industry. So that makes seriously a different they put them apart. So how many tokens are there available? So of course, the supply and demands is more important. The other important metrics to look out for will be token supply. When a token has a higher supply, it does not mean that it's a bad project. So just to give you example, Ethereum and Shiba Inu is in front of you. Ethereum has unlimited supply. Similar,
Mm.
Shiba Inu has a huge supply as well. And you have seen how many people has made loss of profit in past couple of weeks. When you're investing in a new tokens, okay. Yeah. So it simple means that there are more people who can hold these tokens. For example, Ethereum does not have a max supply. This means miners can continuously mine for a new Ethereum as compared to Bitcoin, which has a maximum of 21 million of Bitcoins. So Ethereum, you can mine it as long as you want. Ethereum case, to counter the oversupply in the market, a few measures are taken, like the introductions of a mechanic
Mm.
for burning Ethereum during the London fork upgrade and increasing the difficulty to mining Ethereum. The next one is community that token has. In the founding, in the brain of project, the community that project has is the backbone. Community are the loyal fan of the projects. They help the project and share input on making the project better. When Ethereum had a hard fork into Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, this case a split in the community, as some believed that the Ethereum Classic is the way to go, while other believe that the Ethereum has one to back. Lively, engaging community help to bring in more investors, increasing adoptions, and provide liquidity for the token in the market. Therefore, do not underestimate the power of community, as they are integral part of crypto space. So we as an root zones also believe in a community. That's why we are putting efforts with our research, and every day we are coming live to this stream. The next one is business use case. At the end of the day, every business and every token project exists to solve a problem. Does this problem solve does this project solve a problem? Is it significant problem? Is it a good and elegant solutions? These area of evolutions will give you a clue as to whether a token is perhaps entering an already crowded market space, or which other project it is competing with. So investors will need to decide if it can grab market share, or if it is trying to solve a problem that does not exist or does not require a blockchain technology to
Mm.
solve. So finally, the conclusion is, which token is the best? There is no best token in the world, because every One is different in terms of characters, investment habit, financial situations. However, with these pointers, it can serve as a guide to help you to spot potential projects that can go to the moon or filter project that does not feel right for you. All do due diligence before investing into any investment that we always advise. So
Mm.
that's all for today, and hope you find this session interesting.
Yeah, Manish, really, yeah, thanks for this article. I hope we save this article. It
Yeah.
covers really the 5 points that we actually in Root Zones use to
Mhm.
understand the fundamentals, the technicals, risk, and cash flow.
Yeah.
So I think bottom
Great
line,
article.
guys, if I were to sum this up, make sure that you really like the project that you're investing in. And for me and Manish right now, the top number one coin we like, really we are heavily invested, is Block. So
Yeah.
check it out. It's in our root zones. The link is there. And for those who are actually in our community who got first-hand information and came in today, marked the very day that is actually up by close to 200 over percent,
Yeah.
2x. So let me share what's happening on the market side. Thanks, Manish, for that. Very great remembrance of why we actually do what we do. Right now, confidence is still in the market. We still have maybe about 2 months into to have a very great Christmas, end of the year for 2021. Uh, Green all the way. For a very simple reason. One of my friend Lester, who actually is in our channel, also actually shared with me on a reset, and I think it's one parameter that I'll be covering when you are doing leverage. It as the interest rates actually goes up to a level 9, typically it will actually reset the entire market. So we always have that flash crash that happens between 5 to 10%, because it resets the market so that it becomes kind of normalize the interest and people start to borrow more money and leverage on that. Very interesting indicator, and I'm going to do a bit of research on that and actually share with you things that you can actually use to understand when the market will actually have a major dip. So very interesting thing. So Lester, if you're watching this, thank you for actually sharing that, because I think it's very interesting to know.
Yeah.
So green around every most of the crypto, we have 13,000 cryptos, 400 over exchanges. Market cap right now is hovering at 2.7 trillion. Bitcoin of course has dominance of 44.3, Ethereum 20 over percent. Top 3 coins: Taboo, Evereth, and Empire. Now in the last 24 hours, Bitcoin is up to 62,000 at 2.30, Ethereum 5.51, BNB 8.35, Cardano 0.30, Solana 2.79, XRP 1.77, Polkadot 2.58, Shiba Inu still in 9th place 1.46, and Doge still in the 10th place at 10.98. So I guess people doesn't want Doge to fall off the 10th place. I think there is things in the pipeline to actually bring Doge to fruition. I think it will take some time, but now there's some immediate urgency between the two dogs to actually make it potentially to the top 3. So Bitcoin, of course, still in the midway, is still talking about whether it's the bubble. We are in the maximum territory as 164 as a price target for Bitcoin. For the stock to flow 100,000. Blockchain, of course, we are climbing. So something to take note, that Bitcoin actually is the mother of all, and most coins will have a multiplier effect, as we can see in the recent flash flood, and we actually came back to 62,000, and now we have to beat a new high of, let me see, what's a new high? 6,000, 66,999. So that's where we have to bid, and when we start to cross that, we are going to go straight to $100,000. So that's what's price prediction. Of course, this is an education channel. You still have to do your own research and be responsible for trading. That's all we have. We'll see you tomorrow, same time,
See
same
you
channel.
tomorrow, guys. And over the weekend, we are going to really put a lots of effort. There are so many exciting things to cover, and we are also excited and also about the Facebook news.
Yeah, very
Yeah. See you
interesting.
tomorrow.
Take care, guys.